Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with energy of the moon, but today we're actually going to talk about the Sun in Libra. The Sun in Libra is there from September 23rd until October 22nd. And for you, that is happening in your 6th house of work-life balance, of physical health, of day-to-day activities. So mostly just finding the balance. So a lot of that whole past month in Virgo, the overall energy of Virgo, that is 6th house work. So for you, the work continues. And so this month there will be that new moon, an opportunity to establish a new routine for yourself, and a full moon in your 12th house of hopes, goals, dreams, and wishes, which will allow you to take something that you want to do and take the action steps needed to move it forward. The getting out of that energy and starting a new cycle. So before I go any further, I do want to let you know that what I did was I sat in meditation yesterday at the beach on all the signs. It is my favorite way to really meditate, is to go out with the intention that I'm going to sit and feel what I feel, hear what I hear, and get the messages from it. So it's something that's easy for anyone to do. Actually, if you've never meditated, it's a great place to start. And so the first thing I noticed as I settled into your energy was that the breeze picked up, and it was a nice, cool, refreshing breeze. And I thought, oh good, a nice, cool, refreshing change could be blowing into your life. The water that had been really rough had just suddenly, it was calm. And so water is about emotions. And so it's about that peace and that emotional calm and a breeze at the same time, which should have ruffled the water. It was soothing. And so I feel like this cool change that's coming is going to bring a sense of peace to your life. Then I heard a plane taking off, and the plane circled around before it left again. And so something that it's like, it felt like revisiting someplace you've already been, but from a higher perspective. And so it's kind of like that spiral energy of, as you are ascending, as you are elevating, you cover the same ground, but you cover it with wisdom and experience and knowledge, and you have a higher perspective, and you see things a little differently. And so I thought that was interesting. And then I felt like it was like getting an idea off the ground, like actually getting something off the ground, but more it felt like revisiting something you've been to before. And then I saw like a cat, but it was a big cat. And at first, and it had spots on it, and I thought, is that a leopard? Like, because to me, a leopard represents, it's hard to change your spots. But I heard go the distance. So it could be a go to the distance about making a change, that cool breeze blowing in. It could be go the distance, which would be a cheetah to me, not a leopard. And go the distance could also mean this new idea that you're getting off the ground, this change you're making. When I hear go the distance, that tells me that it's not easy, that it will take a while to come to conclusion. And so your new moon in that 6th house, that would be something when you set the intentions for what you want to do for healthy boundaries, for work-life balance, for your physical health, that you're going to be challenged along the way to create this kind of balance. So be willing to strap in to go the distance, right? It doesn't mean that things are going to be impossible. It just isn't going to be fast. Before I go any further, I do want to offer you the opportunity. I am doing personalized readings. So I have 2 kinds of readings for sale right now. And one of them is just by the sign, $1.99 to get an overview for the next 6 months. I have no idea what that was. So that's an opportunity. And then the other thing, that was like a big, I don't know. Then the other one is a very personalized reading. For only have 15 slots for that. So the first 15 people that email me, you will get a reading that is just like with the cards that I'm using today, maybe personalized to you. But in addition, I will be drawing a card from the Chakra Insights. I say a card. Spirit always sends what they send. And so cards from that about which chakras you need to be working on, where to find the alignment in your life. I'll be pulling cards from the True Love reading. so that you can kind of see what areas you can work on in the relationship sector, because this is Libra season, and so many of the readings last week were all about Libra and the relationship. And so I thought I would do that. And then Angel of Abundance, because I always like to have very practical advice about what kind of financial steps or actions to take next. And then soul coaching cards, a mantra, something to really help move yourself forward in a very positive way that you can focus on all month, and a dragon card, because things are shifting and changing. This energy is shifting and changing all over, and as we ascend, the dragons are playing out, they're come back, and they're playing out a larger role. And so which dragons are here right now to currently assist you? And so those will be the additional cards. So for this month, you have a butterfly and you have a raven. Changes are coming. Okay, changes are coming. You have a butterfly and you have a raven. So the raven says, prepare for change. Prepare for change. So setting your intentions with that new moon to create the space for the new routines, to allow the change. When I see a butterfly, it says here, be ready to transform with wisdom. That would be that spiraling around and coming back to the same place you've been before, but from a higher perspective, with more information, more experience, more knowledge, more wisdom. And when I see the butterfly, to me, this is about transformation in the physical world. So it could be in a relationship, it could be in a business, a job, a career move. It's someplace in the physical world that you've been before. When I see dragonflies, to me, that's transformation in your spirituality, but this is very much in the physical 3D world. We have the donkey. Keep your heart open no matter what. So you may be, because it's Libra season, you may be revisiting arenas in relationships and going over them, but keeping your heart open, not closing yourself down because, oh my gosh, I got hurt here last time, I'm not going to get involved with anyone ever again. Kind of energy is not being recommended. You have the parrot. And the parrot, so many times, okay, so parrots, quite often the message is people are repeating negative energy, like gossip and stuff. But this one's really interesting. It says, listen intently to understand. And so even though it's the parrot, and the parrot has a tendency to just repeat stuff, you're being asked to open your ears and listen intently to what you're hearing so that you understand the situation. And that's part of that wisdom. That's part of that distilling things down and keeping your heart open and seeing what comes of situations. And you have the panda. Stay balanced and in your essence. This is 6th house work. Stay balanced and in your essence. This means that change is happening, being prepared for it, understanding that that's happening, but staying centered in yourself, feeling grounded, finding that calmness, that emotional water's nice and calm as you're noticing what's going on around you, and strapping yourself in and being willing and ready to go the distance. So I like to do a 9-card spread. I really enjoy them. I think we get a lot of information from them. So the first card that comes out will be the key to the situation for the month for you. What everything else is kind of pointing to. And so we'll start with that. And then we'll go into your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, base them on the past, present, and future. We will be looking at different aspects. Wow, your stuff is all coming out. So this is weird. Usually they come out and not really showing themselves. And I feel like this means that information is coming to you. That you're going to see what is happening. I think you're going to see a lot of things coming. You have the wisdom, the higher perspective for this transformation. And things, because this right here, the Buddha prepares. This is in the house. I assigned houses to all of these. And this is in the house of information that you need, research, guidance, and secrets. And it's the Buddha prepares. And see how he's all centered and grounded, and his solar plexus is lit up. And so he's very much in tune with who he is and what he needs. And this is very balanced energy. This is in touch with spirit. This is in touch with nature. This is in touch with yourself. So let's have the card for the conclusion. It's about community. I am going to pull this one too because it didn't really feel like it, but okay. Yes. All right. So the overall energy. The overall energy you have, this is the one that was at the bottom of the deck. This is community. Listening intently to understand. Keeping your heart open. You're transforming an arena of your life, and it's in community. Community is about its work and its life. It is everything. And the increscent moon, look, this is somebody who's very passionate about something, and he's trying to create something, but, you know, he's working well into the night. He's got the lights are lit, and the moon is out, and he's still hard at work at creating something that he's very passionate about, something that's beautiful, something that means a lot to him. But it feels emotional because it's so artistic. It's not about, it could be creating a financial situation if it is a passion, if it's like it's a business that you're creating, that you're working on. It feels very much like it could be that. You know, when I look at this one, what I really noticed is the light shining in on the empty chair. And everybody over here talking, but the chair is empty. And is that the chair you're supposed to be in? Are you too busy working hard that you're missing the opportunity to interact with people? Wow, I've never gotten that message from those cards before. All right, let's see what we have going on here, because in the center, the key to the situation is magnificent because it is you. It is you. It is the Queen of Forces. This is you standing there able to command the light and the dark. This is understanding that you are moving from transitioning from one aspect into the other, that you have the power. This is the receptive power. This is the opportunity to receive the information that you need, to utilize it. This is wisdom coming in from life experiences, from your emotions, from integrating the shadow and the light, both parts of you, into you, and being able to utilize that to understand what's next, what's important. So getting centered. Currently, what's on your mind? We have the Queen of Roses. This could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is also about listening to your intuition, really trying to seek out, because it is in the realm of thoughts, would be listening to your higher self, seeking the information through your intuition. But because we're in Libra season, I'm going back to that you could be thinking about someone. Because here we have the fated meeting. This is something that you're thinking about, and it's in the house of the fish, the abundance. And so also this could be opportunities coming to you. So this is being in the right place at the right time, and meeting the right people. This is the fated meeting. The fated meeting is the connection, the soul contract you have. Before you incarnated into this world, there was an appointed time and a place when you were supposed to meet the person you're supposed to be with. But because we have the plane circling, you could be coming back to somebody from the past with a higher perspective. Or it could be someone you've never met before, but it could be important in business or in work because this is your 6th house. Divine timing. Divine timing, and you're thinking about things. So using your intuition to know when you run into the situation, staying centered in yourself, so important, staying grounded. So in the recent past, the ancestral energy, the wealth of knowledge. There was kind of like you doubted yourself. Like you doubted the emotions you were feeling. You doubted the information that was coming to you. This is a challenge here because it's in the house of the mice. And so when I have the willow and that's all that information, that knowledge, were you pushing it aside because it just didn't fit with what you thought you should be doing? So it's like the head was trying to rule the heart. And when it comes to the heart space, which is what the center row is about, the heart should run the situation, not the head. And here we have, in the future, you are still up in the air. You are feeling indecisive about the situation. In the recent past, ooh, the obstacle. Your ship was on fire. But you were looking to the future. I think this is an obstacle, overcoming the situation that was on fire, but looking to the future. I actually prefer this card in the reverse because that means that's something that's already happened, that you are aware of it and you're looking to the future. When it comes out in the upright, that's a little more dicey because it's like you're not paying attention to what's going on. But this seems like you've seen it and you're moving past it. But it was it's in the house of the mountain, so it's a very big obstacle that you needed to overcome. And then you have intricacies and industry, and this is about paying attention to the details and figuring out what you're going to do next. And the spire points to the important part, and it happens to point to the key of the situation, which means you are the important part. Your decisions, your goals, your dreams, and integrating your light and your dark, and understanding that you control so much more than you think you do. But there's obstacles, there's verdant fields, there's water, which is emotional. It's a little turbulent, but there's rainbows in the sun, and there's a full moon. And I feel like when the moon is full, and that happens in your 12th house of hopes, goals, dreams, and wishes, and that happens, when does that happen? That happens on October 13th. That about that time, I feel that if you make the effort to release what's holding you back, you are going to progress forward. The future is not written in stone, so you can fix anything that you don't like about this. But look at this. 7 of Wands. You are ascending the mountain. You are. You're standing on higher ground. I think by the time we get to the end of this month, you're going to feel a little more stable. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, look what I accomplished. I mean, look at him. He is on the top. He's looking over what he's done. He can see that he's made progress. That would be that plane, right? Seeing things from a higher perspective, taking a look around, understanding that you have the power. And so while your heart may still be confused, I feel a sense of pride in how far you've come. I think that this could be something so far in the future that you're just not there yet, which is okay. Because integrating the light and the dark within us is so much more important. Until you find that peace within yourself, until you feel at home by yourself, until you feel that you are standing strong on your own, it's really hard to bring somebody else in. Because we attract in people to teach us necessary lessons. So if we haven't learned how to love ourselves, we attract in people that say, hey, you're not worthy of love. This is really rough. So attracting in the people that the right relationships requires you to be feeling proud of yourself and standing strong on a mountaintop. It really does. Taking the higher road. All right, so a little guidance here. So we've got waiting. This seems to be a real theme. I did several private readings already, and Aries got this, and now you have it. And so we seem like we're in the stage of waiting. This is looking back over memories. Oh, you're so up in your head. And this is someone from the past reaching out to you, and he's standing there with 2 batons. This is, I have a decision to make, and I don't know which way to go yet. But she's touching his heart. But I don't know. What are you going to do? Looks like you're still up in the air and will be for a little while. And that's okay. All right, so a little guidance in the heart space. But you know what I like about this card that I just noticed? I know it's a mask. It looks like he was wearing a mask and now he's taking the mask off. And so that feels to me like you are getting in touch with who you really are. And you're being honest with yourself. And that's a good thing. Okay, so we have communicate with your angels. That's the Buddha, right? That's that spiritual development. It says you have the ability to connect with the beings of love who surround you. Communicate with the angels. Look at all the beings of love sitting there. Getting in touch with your inner child and loving yourself. This also feels important there. We have balanced friendships. Your friendships work best when there is an equal sharing and giving and receiving. That is very much that work-life balance, but it's also balance in all aspects of your life, very much 6th house. We have shield yourself. Invoke protection to bring the situation to a speedy end. I don't know where that came from because I don't see that here. But maybe this is where your ship was on fire, and the intricacies and the industry that bringing this situation to a speedy conclusion. This whatever, putting the fire out and looking to the future and moving forward. And we have family harmony. Your loved ones form a strong pillar of support. Embrace their love and put past issues behind you. So that looks like that has more to do with that than any other aspect here. Let's get a little guidance on what kind of actions to take. So community seems to be very important here. And listening. Listening to others and finding the balance within you. This pink, it's just that's such heart chakra lit up there. Building blocks. That is intricacies and industry. Taking the action step that you need to ascend the mountain to get to where it is that you're trying to go. I really hate that I saw this card. I hate that you got this card. You have the never-ending story. I think this is you still up in the air, trying to decide about a matter of the heart. Trying to decide, like trying to figure something out. And it might take at least until next month. We're in your work-life balance, so focus on yourself. Take care of what you need to do to feel balanced and feel harmonious and to integrate within yourself the light and the dark. And don't worry so much about this relationship issue. Although it looks like some things are coming to a conclusion, it feels like, this is 6th house. 7th house of relationships and partnerships, that happens next month. So it might be a little ways off. And this just looks like this same pensive energy of trying to figure out how to handle something. That round and around, that airplane circulating. But I think it's important that he was on an upward and he was going higher. And so trusting in yourself, understanding that maybe it feels familiar. Maybe you've been here before, but you know more than you did then. So what do you know? Ask your angels and guides for help. Get in touch with yourself. Be centered, be grounded. And breathe. Oh my gosh. I can't breathe. Meditation. But it says the change is coming. So I think that the reason things are so up in the air is it's not here. But preparing yourself to make these changes. Keeping your heart open. What else is there? And being balanced. And being balanced, you have Unakite. My emotions are balanced. The water was calm. The water was really calm. The breeze was blowing. It was cool. Change is coming. But the water was calm. So staying emotionally balanced. I react to others in an objective and loving way. that parrot, listening to what you're hearing intently would be very beneficial, I think, this month. Looks like you have a lot on your plate, but you can do this. You're Taurus after all. All right. All right. Be sure to hit me up if you want to purchase one of the readings. If not, I will see you soon for the weeklies. All right. You take care. We'll talk soon.